Stormtroopers! On the double! Fire!
Hey guys, this is Luke from the Scoundrels Cantina, and welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be going over how powerful Jedi Battle Master Kyle Katarn is, which will include going over his lightsaber skills, force powers, and other abilities. As always, we're mixing the expanded universe and canon because we believe that there is no reason why most of it can't fit together, but only before the events of the Return of the Jedi. Todd the other scoundrel will be having the honors, so anyway, let's begin.
First off, we're going to start with the lightsaber abilities. At first, Kyle Katarn used Kuran's lightsaber left to him by his father and fought purely on instinct as he was completely untrained and was just beginning his journey as a Jedi. He would learn some basic as well as ancient lightsaber techniques from the spirits of Kuran and Tal in the Valley of the Jedi. Some of those were the flowing water cut and the falling leaf attack, which were deadly due to killing the opponent instantly. With very little Jedi training, Kyle, with the help of the spirit of Kuran, managed to defeat 6 Dark Jedi, although with some difficulty and outside help. He eventually even bested the Dark Jedi Jarek, who used to be an Inquisitor, although thanks to the Valley of the Jedi itself, which increased his power. He would later be trained by Luke Skywalker himself at the Jedi Praxium on Yavin 4, and after a few years became the Jedi Order's Battle Master. As noted in the Jedi Path, the basic prerequisite for the title of Jedi Battle Master was mastery of all 7 classical forms of lightsaber combat. Kyle Katarn was a master at Gem So, which was based on power attacks and defense, followed by a counterstrike. Kyle Katarn's personalized form of lightsaber combat was a mix between Xi'an, which allowed him to deflect blaster bolts, and Gem So, which was designed to overwhelm his opponents. Kyle also utilized the Taru, which was an aggressive combat style which heavily relied on force-assisted acrobatics and physical strikes such as kicks and punches. As all Jedi Battle Masters that came before him, Katarn was very acrobatic when facing his enemy, as he used the environment to his advantage. His frequent engagements with other trained Force users greatly enhanced his strength, agility, and speed. He has carved his way through armies of Imperial Remnant Stormtroopers as well as Reborn soldiers, and still remain able enough to engage and defeat the Dark Jedi Desan. Katarn uses everything in combat that is at his disposal, and was ambidextrous, which means that he was equally adept of using both his left and his right arm in lightsaber combat. He was one of the only Jedi alongside his apprentice Jaden Korr to use the strong style of lightsaber combat, which was based on landing powerful strikes that would break his opponent's defenses while sacrificing speed. Kyle was also capable of using Jar-Kai, which was wielding 2 lightsabers, although he preferred a single blade. Kyle Katarn was known as one of the greatest and strongest swordsmen in the new Jedi Order. Now we're going to go over his Force powers. Usually Jedi Battle Masters are not dedicated Force users who carry a particularly broad skill set, which is not the case for Kyle. He was most likely one of the most powerful Jedi Battle Masters when it comes to his strength and mastery regarding his Force abilities. His view on the Force was much different than what most Jedi had, which was that no Force ability was inherently good or evil, but that it was up to the user how he would use them. When dealing against the Dark Jedi Buck in the Valley of the Valley increased his powers to that point that Kyle used the dark side ability called the Spear of Midnight Black. This ability was basically him summoning Force energy to forge an imperceivable melee weapon in the form of a spear with which he killed Buck. Katarn often used Force pushes against his enemies, although he was averagely skilled with them. Nonetheless, he frequently used them to his advantage in battle. Force pulling his lightsaber was also very frequent, as he would sometimes get disarmed by his opponents. Kyle's telekinetic skills were greatly integrated with his lightsaber combat, and he was known to use lightsaber throws quite effectively. He was able to lift extremely heavy objects, even though being worn out and wounded in battle, as seen when he held the ceiling from crushing him. As he also used the so-called dark side Force powers, he was quite talented in the use of Force chokes, even to the point where he could choke multiple opponents at the same time. Of all of his dark side abilities, he was most proficient and frequent in using Force lightning. Not Electric Judgment, as Jedi Master Plo Koon was known to use, but actual, very powerful Sith-style Force Lightning, although without giving into the dark side one bit. His Force Lightning could target multiple opponents, as well as throw them great distances. Katarn was capable of using Force Speed, which enhanced all of his other abilities, as time seemed to have slowed down greatly to him. He frequently used this when outnumbered in order to dispatch his enemies. Now we're going to go over his other skills and abilities. Since Katarn graduated in the Imperial Academy and eventually became an officer, he was trained in using a blaster with which he would only progress as he became a mercenary. When he became a Jedi, his skills only increased due to the Force. He was the most proficient with the Briar pistol that his father left him, as well as with the E11 that the stormtroopers used. He was a skilled enough pilot, although not better than Chuck Norris, his lover. Similarly to Obi-Wan Kenobi, he could take a huge amount of punishment and still keep on fighting, as we've seen him do multiple times. In a duel against Darth Kaitis, he would be stabbed by a lightsaber through the chest, which punctured his lung and went on hours without medical attention because he was a badass. One time he threw a thermal detonator at around 50 stormtroopers and killed them, after which the thermal detonator exploded. I mean, he is the Chuck Norris of the Star Wars universe, which might even mean that he alongside Obi-Wan has the high ground, making him the most powerful being in the galaxy.
Hello there.
Anyway guys, this is it on the video, and we hope you all enjoyed it and learned something new about the vast galaxy of Star Wars. If you enjoy our content, make sure to check out our second award channel, The Crossroads Inn, and if you want to watch more videos like this one, the links to the playlist for our other Star Wars stories and videos will be in the description down below. Also, if you want to support this channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one, and remember guys, God is awesome, may the Force be with you always, and we'll see you in another video. You Rebel Scum.
This party's over.